Hey everyone, I'm Heather Donaldson, here again to share with you Roots EFT, or Emotional Freedom Technique. This is a tool that will help you to get back to your ideal, natural self without all the stuff that we've taken on. It tends to make us a bit crazy. So I promised that I would teach you how to overcome some of your blocks to love. And the block that I'll be dealing with today is the one where you say, I'm done. Done with either a current relationship or with relationships in general. The part of you that's saying I'm done is probably coming from a place of fear. Beliefs that were developed when you were much younger, probably, that are holding you back even though you might not be aware of it. Things like, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy of love, and I'm not safe. When that deeper part of you that is longing to have your relationship renewed or to find one, the solution is always to return to your authentic self that wants to be cared for and happy. But before giving up on being in a partnership now, consider whether you can lean into your partnership differently. You can rediscover the spark that was, perhaps, and revision a relationship. This happens after doing the inner work, so you can stop denying yourself what's possible, and you can then repair and rebuild. This inner work also has to be done first if you're finding and developing a new relationship. And it's not about dredging up and dwelling on the past grief, but it's about resolving the emotion that you still have and which is toxic to you. And EFT is the most powerful tool for doing this. So for example, if you have resentment about what your partner said or did, you might make the transition from saying, how could you do that? And using the tapping. I can never forgive you for that. I don't deserve this. And I'm so angry. All this anger, I can't even face you anymore, and I don't want to. Going from that extremity to fast forward after some more tapping, and you're on to the more positive choices and tapping those in. Understanding that he or she was doing the best that they could, given their limited resources, their limited beliefs and understanding, their past experiences, and their humanness, that they were doing the best they can with all that, just like I am, and so on, to a more positive place. And if through this process you end up concluding that logically, I really can't go on with the relationship, that maybe there is something non-negotiable like an addiction, then you may consciously decide to uncouple. But you can do that in a compassionate way, and I've done it, and it's an unbelievable relief to have that happen rather than the dramatic, painful blowout and tearing away with the beautiful thing that was and leaving you feeling raw and hurting like a victim. Although I do have a natural sadness in ending a relationship, now it's a healthy amount. Even a couple days after a breakup, I don't have the red swollen eyes and the blotchy face from crying so much, and I don't feel lost and disheartened and depressed and down and all those things that are typical of a breakup. Actually, in a very short time, I maintained the connection with my ex, and he is my loving friend now. Wow, how did I do that? Well, I tapped on the overwhelming emotions that came up immediately, like the anger and the sadness and the fear and the guilt. And I realized that I'm not broken, I'm whole. And then I was actually able to help my partner, or ex-partner then, when he was struggling and said, "Oh, you were my life." And I could gently reassure him that you still have a life, and we can still be there for each other. And we were, but in a different way. So relationships can be and should be about growing, learning, gaining, and continuing to love, rather than buying into that fairy tale dream and then having it all crash down and have everything destroyed painfully. Getting out of our stories is not as difficult as you might imagine. Clearing what disturbs us most with emotional freedom technique is your best investment to be happier and to have those fulfilling relationships. Greatest investment of your time and also your money, which actually, what else is it there for other than to access what you value? So that's all I can fit into this video, but I do want you to have more so that you can thrive and navigate your relationships with joy and ease. So feel free to sign up for an individual session with me now or for the workshop. But next time I will be sharing another valuable tool for your relationships, compassionate communication. And I'll show you exactly what's involved in setting up your fulfilling relationship and giving you some ongoing individual help with that. As well, there will be a sweet bonus in there which I'll tell you about. This will benefit you and your love partner that's waiting for you to step forward. So your joy is my joy. I'll see you in the next video.